I have no makeup on and my hair isn't done because today we're doing a get ready with me, but I'm also going to talk you through the results of my naturopath appointment. I know that this has been probably long awaited. It was long awaited for me. I had my naturopath appointment almost a month ago, and then I got blood work done and I ended up throwing up, passing out, hated it, it was terrible, but we got the results in this week when I talked to my naturopath, so I'm going to talk you guys through that. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. If you haven't seen my other videos on hair loss, I did try out the Ordinary Serum and I also tried out Rogaine. I have a ton of before and after pictures, so you guys can go check those out. I'll link them down below. But yeah, subscribe if you aren't already, and let's jump into my results. As I mentioned, I am going to try to get ready while I talk you guys through this. I have everything he told me on a sticky note, on several sticky notes, because he did a phone call with me, which was really nice. The first thing that we talked about, so obviously hair loss was my biggest reason for going to him. If you don't know me or haven't seen any other videos of mine, I also struggle with depression, and so I'm on an antidepressant, and then in my past I struggled really bad with acne, and so I was on Accutane, and then more health history background. Most of my adult life eating either vegetarian, vegan, or pescatarian, so that was definitely something that I thought was a player in my hair falling out, because when I was eating those ways, I wasn't eating like the right foods to get me the right things, and I wasn't taking any vitamins. It was obvious that I wasn't getting everything I was supposed to be getting. The first thing we talked about was that I have enlarged red blood cells, and this can denote a folate deficiency. It also can detect like a mutation, I guess, like a genetic mutation, but that's kind of like a different video. And so anyway, folate deficiency was the first one. That can also, along with folate, can also have a B12 deficiency, and so that was another thing. So B12 and folate, because I have these enlarged blood cells. My inflammation rate was pretty normal, but basically what that meant is that somewhere in my body I'm inflamed, whether that's a joint, my stomach, my gut, anything like that, I have inflammation. Then we went into measuring other things. So that was my red blood cells. That was like looking into my blood cells. We then measured my B12 and my folate, and my folate was really low and my B12 was low. My thyroid was normal for the most part, and I had a few people comment on my last video asking if I'd been tested for PCOS, which is an autoimmune disorder which is affected by your thyroid. So there you go, my thyroid's pretty normal. My roommate has Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disorder which is all tied to her thyroid, so something I'm very aware of, and I wouldn't say educated on, but I know some things. Then I'm trying to keep the things that he talked about mainly to hair loss, because I know that's why a lot of you are here. If you want a video about everything else that I learned outside of just hair loss, let me know, because everything about was actually super interesting. It tied a lot back to like my anxiety and my depression, and so anyway, if you want a video about that, let me know, because very interesting. My kidney was really good, liver, sodium levels, all very normal. The other thing that came up was that my testosterone was high-ish, but he said that that might be my normal, because everyone has different, I'm supposed to be getting ready. Everyone has different levels in their body, and so it could change. So he will be testing that again next time I get blood work done, but I'll talk about that a little bit more after we're done going through all of my results. I'm having you seated in front of my mirror, and then I have a ring light to my left so that there's light, and this background is not the cutest. Let me know if you guys care. I feel like, I don't know if this makes me seem more real or if you're just annoyed at how messy the background is, but the information's still here. B12, folate, low. Testosterone, high-ish. So that can also, he said that can also have an impact on my hair loss, which is why he tested it in the first place, but he didn't really harp on it that much, so I'm assuming that means he thinks that other things we discovered were more acute for potentially why my hair is falling out. Okay, the next thing that he tested for was my copper to zinc ratio. Usually you want your copper to zinc ratio to be 1:1. Mine is 2:1, so I need more zinc in my diet. So folate, B12, zinc. Basically I was deficient in iron. I think that came from my red blood cell test as well. He told me that because I'm deficient in iron, zinc, B12, and folate, those are all big indicators that my hair could be falling out, or why my hair would be falling out. He also let me know that it could be because I've only been eating meat for, it'll be a year in January that I've been consistently eating meat. And so he said that honestly, he's like, if you didn't want to get on a ton of supplements, we could wait it out and see, you know, if your B12 levels keep going up because you're eating meat and you're sticking with this new like diet, or we could put you on a supplement. So spoiler alert, I'm on the supplement because I'm like, there's no use in waiting. I feel like I've waited so long to figure out what my hair loss problems are, if it's affecting other parts of my life and my body. So we went on the supplement. But yeah, that was basically the gist of the results from my doctor, was that iron, zinc, B12, and folate I was deficient in. A disclaimer I do want to give is that you should go to your naturopath. Don't just start taking a ton of supplements because you saw this video. I think it's a good indicator to go to a doctor or a naturopath and say, hey, I think I'm deficient in these things because of this. B12 and folate also affect like your mood and your energy level. So keep that in mind. All of these pieces also relate to more than just hair loss. So just be conscious and listen to your body, and also consult someone who knows what they're doing. Don't just take a girl off the internet's advice, but that is what I'm deficient in. So what's the plan? So again, I just want to reiterate, go to your doctor. Don't listen to the girl on the internet. But just for fun, this is what I'm on. I was recommended to stagger my introductions of things. And so I'm actually gonna keep doing my makeup because I do have somewhere to go. But I was recommended to stagger the introductions of things just because you don't know how your body's gonna react, even to vitamins, even to having more of what you're missing, because it's so used to having a certain level of things. So the first thing that I have started on, well actually, before I even get into what I've started on, I wanted to show you these pictures. I'm gonna scoot over. So I took these pictures this morning. So these are my starting place pictures. I took the two at the bottom to show you that it's really deceiving when I have my hair pushed back, what it looks like. So I pulled some pieces out to show you. I'm also gonna pop up the very first picture I ever took on my hair loss journey from the first video and put it next to this one. I did feel from the Rogaine that I did have a lot of baby hair, so a lot of regrowth, which was really cool. But yeah, this is first time taking pictures, and this is present. And then this is the end of Rogaine, and this is present. Just to give us a starting point. 2 days ago, I started taking B12. So I'm recommended to take 1,000 mcgs of B12 once a day in the morning with food. So I've started that, and then today I'm gonna start introducing something else. I'm not sure what it is yet, but I was also recommended to take Optiferin C, which I looked on the back, and it's a combination of 100 milligrams of vitamin C, 11 milligrams of calcium, and 28 milligrams of iron. And so I'm taking that. The next thing is basically zinc. It's 30 milligrams of zinc. I'm taking all of these once a day in the morning with food. And then the last thing is oil of oregano, which is supposed to support basically the inflammation in my body and digestive issues that I have. My boss is also on this, and my boss is the one that recommended me to this doctor. So it's kind of more of a, just a blanket, easy to prescribe for a lot of digestive issues. So I'm also on this, which hopefully will clear up my gut, and gut health is everything. There is another thing that he prescribed me, and they didn't have it in stock and they're shipping it to me, and I can't remember what it is. Let me see if I can find it in my notes. Okay, and then the last thing that he put me on, which I don't have yet, is saw palmetto, which I just Googled it because I'm like, I don't remember what this was. And I remember him saying that this is typically used for prostate health in men, but it can also contribute to male pattern baldness, which I got female pattern baldness. So basically said that it helps with that. So that's just another thing. Put me on it because it mainly has to do with hair. So that is everything that I'm on, and I'm gonna start a slow introduction with that. Yeah, the next step, I'm gonna continue. I turned my straightener on, so I'm gonna continue doing my hair. But the next step for me is, oh, actually, I wanted to talk about this. So if you do have darker hair and you have hair loss like me, either in the same area or different areas, I highly recommend this Batiste dry shampoo. It's the Divine Dark, the Hint of Color Divine Dark. It has like a tint to it. You can see it from the nozzle. It has a tint to it. And I just spray it right on my roots and right where you would normally put dry shampoo, but it's colored and so it fills in gaps. Side note, that's my good hair tip for the video. But yes, so the next step for me is going to be starting on these supplements and then going back to get more blood work done to see where my levels are at in 6 to 8 weeks. So my next update on this end of things isn't going to be for another 6 to 8 weeks. Do want to keep you guys updated on my journey with using rice water. If you guys haven't seen my video where I tested out using rice water, definitely go check that out. I'll link that down below. I just talked about it briefly in that video because honestly I'm not educated on it enough at this point to fully do a full video about it, but it's something that I'm really interested in, the method, the ideology behind it, so I will make another video about that. But let me know if you have any questions on that specifically. I just went through and finished curling my hair because there was no point in me talking while I was finishing my hair. So that is basically all my results. 6 to 8 weeks, we'll know hopefully more. We'll have used the products, or not the products, but we'll have been taking the supplements for, you know, at least a month at that point, all of them. But yeah, leave any questions you guys have down below. Let me know if you want to hear more about the anxiety, depression, mental health side of what I discovered through this blood work. Let me know any questions you have about rice water rinses. And I will see you guys. Oh, subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in my next video.